One of the most ultimate feminine secrets is this. It's your voice. So with this entire plan, we want to pour so much sex appeal into every inch of our body that we blow our mind. And your body instantly transforms. So your voice is a vibration, and the way that we talk about a feminine way to walk, a feminine way to breathe, a feminine way to really be in your body with ease, it helps to, your vibration that you're in was given to you to protect you. And so one of the most gorgeous ways for you to use it is that you get to use your voice. So in essence, it's a story that Abiel Abrams shares about Oshun lost Shango's attention. Then she covered herself in honey. She sat by the water, and then she didn't miss his attention anymore. So we're going to cover the other person with honey as well. And how do we do this? Whether in the boardroom or the bedroom, kitchen, on the phone with anybody, you're going to speak from your palace. So I address this later in the plan as well during one of our official training days. But every time that you talk, you want to talk from here. If you want to take it a step further, you can be mindful, and this is a tip I got from Candace Anita, you can be mindful of how your voice lands. But through here, we're mindful of your voice lands and be conscious of it landing softly. But for now, I just want you to think every time you speak, to speak from here. If you're someone like me who tends to talk to herself, that's a beautiful thing, because sometimes I go spans where I don't see people for a while. So I talk to myself and I speak from my palace as I talk to myself. So that in itself is such an exquisite lingerie design. And then lastly, whenever you're mad, there's different practices that you can do. Dr. Cathar Damai teaches, she goes back into the dance of the goddesses. So it's a 4,000 dance from Mesopotamia, and she has different practices that she shares. But on one of her classes, this is a free class that she put on during, I think it was in 2020, so when the pandemic first began, she was sharing about how when she was younger, she's in Tanzania, her aunt was being forced to marry this man. And her aunt said, I want to commit suicide if I do this. And so this was a very, very long time ago. But there was a group of men, and this is a story that I heard once, and then I'm doing my best to repeat it, but it's been burned into my memory because it's so powerful of the story of what our voices can do. And so her grandma was really well known. Her grandma had big breasts, and she said stuck out to here or whatnot. And she remembers she went with her mom to this circle of men, to the lead men within the tribe, within the community. And her grandma was the only woman there. And she was so small, she was allowed to accompany her grandma. And she said, my daughter will not marry that man. And when she said it from here. And so whenever I'm in situations, because Dr. Cathar Damarni's grandma set that thing for her, and she always remembers that power. And the way she teaches, I can see she drew from that power. So this is the sexiest thing in the world, because we get to draw from this lingerie-like power from our bodies. And so whenever in a moment like that, I'm not scared to speak from my breasts. And then when I can dip into my diamond palace, my Venus experience, as I'm speaking from my breasts. And what this does, one of my girlfriends, Anna, was looking at my videos, and she's like, wow, Jazz, I can see that you give out as much as energy as you keep in. How do you do this? I do this through my voice. So when you speak like this, the reaction, they won't really know a lot of times how to handle it. So again, this is not to say go everywhere like that, but it's so often in situations and curve down instead of carrying ourselves as goddesses. But again, that's from an intense situation. For your daily interactions, speaking from your palace, speaking from the most feminine voice in the world. It protects your vibration as a goddess, but it also makes you feel so much more sexier, so much more yummier, and so much more delicious in your body.